One of the world's fastest jumping spiders. Blink and you will miss it. Wait, let's see, the spider is preying on the fly. Let's see how it will jump. It is said it is the... What? Did you see that? Whoa, crazy. Rare footage of you shuffling. Rare footage of you, my friend, showering. Look at these signs. Some of these signs, my friends, we have been seeing them in different episodes. And what's more crazy about these ones, it's like they have some relationship with the human body organs. How?
What the fuck? Shit.
Y'all, there's got to be something going on with the water, y'all. Look at this. There's got to be something going on with the water. Check this out.
Oh. Get the dogs out. Get the dogs away. Get the dog back. Get back, Charlotte.
Bro, this dog got no survival skills whatsoever. And apparently this guy doesn't either. But look at this. This thing gets even more interesting. Is that a sawfish, y'all? Don't worry, it gets more interesting.
Yeah, I got video.
Where'd we go?
He'll pop back in a minute.
Insane.
Come on, love. That's crazy. Oh, look at him.
Look at that. It's trying to come on land.
What the hell?
It's literally trying to come on land, y'all. What's going on?
You know what? After this video, I'm going to back my ass up.
Yeah, you should have before.
He came to shore. Fuck that.
There's got to be something going on with the water, y'all. Like it's literally trying to come on. It's literally trying to come on the shore.
Well, now you've added something else. Scott, I don't know what Clint's bringing down here, but he needs to go back to fuck home. So.
Look at that, y'all. It's literally trying to take him out. That's crazy. Or what is going on? There's got to be something going on in the water, y'all. Look at it. This is in Florida, boy. Everything's happening in Florida. So much activity is going on in the water, especially in Florida, y'all. It's literally has turned up. The animals in the water, or the fish in the water. I've been saying fishes lately. People been getting on me about that. The fish in the water have been acting up in Florida. I don't know if it has to do with the heat or something like that, but something's going on, man. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this, y'all. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
It is federally illegal to own a crow in any state in the United States. You can't even get a permit to get a crow. And I know what you're thinking, well, there must be some way to get a crow because the zoo has a crow. No, the zoo's breaking the law. They're breaking federal law by having a crow. The only reason why the feds aren't kicking down the doors for the zoo is just because they got bigger fish to fry right now. And I'm sure you're probably asking, why is it so illegal to own a crow? Well, let me tell you. Crows are self-aware and they have the intelligence level of a 7-year-old. It is ridiculously easy to convince crows to commit crimes for you. In 2011, a group of prisoners convinced this crow to sneak a steak knife into the prison. They just kept giving it bread, and every time they brought back something sharper and sharper, they got more bread. There have been hundreds of cases in the United States of people convincing crows to steal money in exchange for food. Crows are so smart that they'll just wait next to an ATM machine, and as soon as people withdraw money, they snatch the money, bring it back to go get their bread. Kind of like the knife scenario with the prisoners, prisoners will also convince crows to bring in cigarettes. So if you had big dreams of owning a crow one day as a pet, sorry, good luck.
Recently, very creepy things happening in this guy's garden. What's up with their grass? Hi. Oh, yeah. This is insane. Is that really grass? Hey, my friend has been surprised. He has even dropped things. Look at this. He tried to pull out the grass. Let's see if this is real grass. English people, have you started doing those lab things now with the grass? Or what's up? Let's see what this guy come across. Hey, wait, this is not grass, my friend. Looks like a rope. From where? How? How did it get there? Or this guy had planted a rope also. Very, very weird times we are living in. Wait a minute. The rope is tied to something. Oh my god, oh. What's up? What's up?
Dolores Cannon says that all the beings in the universe applaud us for coming to Earth because on Earth we experience so much limitation. Only the strongest souls come here. She says some of us choose to release a lot of karma when we come here. So apparently when we first incarnated here, we naturally accumulated karma. This could be the whole purpose of the Bible or Jesus, what I'm about to explain. So throughout these incarnations, we accumulated karma just by existing. But in order to ascend, we have to release it. And that's what Jesus was all about, was the wheel of karma and love. When we choose love and we love ourselves, we're releasing those lower vibrations and we're ascending. That's why Jesus was always about love. Dolores Cannon says that if you do something negative to someone, like say you're prejudiced about a certain race, then you're going to incarnate as that exact thing. Because in doing so, you completely understand both sides. Dolores says we have to be everything. But the thing I'm thinking about is there a certain point to where you just ascend so much that you don't have to do this anymore? And my question is that the goal here, to ascend and not come back? I think some people believe that, but part of me believes that I still would have chose to come here. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Comment below your thoughts. And the last thing I want to say is the entire universe applauds us for being here because of how difficult it can be. Other experiences don't have this much limitation.
Oh god!
Oh, yeah.
My friends, look at this fish teeth. Aye, what does it feed on? Oh my god. This one can give you one bite that is extremely full of good vibes. You see? Oh, what do you call this one now? You see, I see some stuff that come out of the water and I'm always surprised. You mean all this is a fish? Look at the teeth. They are almost the same length as my pinky finger here. This is quite surprising. Oh my god. Ha! That fish looks like the way it's that.
Did you guys see what happened to the Jersey Shore? And I need someone to verify this. So apparently this is what the Jersey Shore used to look like. And now this is what the Jersey Shore is looking like, y'all. Man, we've been telling y'all there's a change happening, y'all, and it's happening so fast. Check this out.
This is the Jersey Shore. This is how the Jersey Shore has always looked. The water has always been murky and dark and just not very inviting. Every time I've gone to the Jersey Shore, this is the water that we've gotten, or this is what we've seen. So when the fuck did the Jersey Shore turn into this? Crystal clear Caribbean style water. I have never seen the Jersey Shore look like this. Ever. I mean, it's like we literally just came to the Caribbeans. But no, this is the Jersey Shore. You cannot convince me that something isn't off when literally the water has completely changed on an entire coastline in a year's time. Something is up. There is something happening. I don't know what, but for the good God, this is not normal.
There will be signs everywhere, you guys. And again, they have been telling us to watch the waters, right? Especially with the animals acting out of the ordinary. Interestingly enough, I went to the beach the other day and the water was warm at first, right? And then I noticed that the water was not as salty as it was anymore. Has anybody else experienced this? When I told you I was taken aback by this, y'all, I was like, hold on. This water is not as salty as it used to be. Because remember, salt melts ice, right? And then all the ice has been melting all over the earth, right? So could this be the reason why the water is not as salty anymore? There's a great change happening on our planet, y'all, and it's happening extremely fast. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Keep up with me on my other accounts, especially on my YouTube, where I go deeper on an esoteric level at these topics at hand. I've been telling y'all we begin this shift and we're in it. So let's get it. Peace in.
Mad stuff. Look at this. This looks like that sign of the Baphomet sign. And my friend, guess what? It is shaped like how the brain is shaped inside. This is unbelievably crazy. Maybe it has always been misconceptions and myths about those signs. And in other places, look at these insects there in the forest. Is this an insect now or a bird? Oh my god. Ah! What is that guy doing with his hat? And in other places, look at this creature. Is this a creature or what's up? Ay. My friends, a lot of bizarre things in this world. Weird stuff. No, what is this? Looks like hair. Oh my god. Look at that. Looks like a big roach. A cockroach that is just walking on the air. Oh, is this possible? Oh, English people. Do your cockroaches do that? And in other places of the world, some good vibes guys here came across this group of monkeys that had come to search for food in the trash. So sad. Fucky emissions practice. I don't know what that is, but look like the use of supernatural powers. I don't know how that is possible. Please explain if you can. How people imagine God creating the oceans versus how it was described. Oh, the oceans were created when there was nothing. The waters above were separated from the waters below. Whoa, this is how it was explained. Look at this. Imagine how the world used to look like, people of Earth, before God separated all the stuff that he did. Was one formless and void place. Look at this. Thy book, Israel. Possessing spirit that only departs where? Guy, my friends. Is this someone's toy, robot, or what's up? English people, what type of toys are these? Or this is the spirit, now the ghost, the debug or the debug. This is very crazy. This is very abnormal. The baby there was playing with the doll. Ha! Are you seeing this? The doll is moving. The doll just moved. Oh my god. Oh. This is unbelievable stuff. Is this a real baby or is a doll? It's a doll. There's always crazy stuff happening with these dolls. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is from this side of the world when you were children. People did not have dolls. And if the type of dolls they had, they were homemade.
Nostradamus told me, you're going to need a drawer of horoscopes because we're going to get into astrological signs, astrological dating, which neither I or Brenda knew anything about. So he told, I said, well, where am I going to find an astrologer in Arkansas who's willing to work on such a strange project? It's hard to even find an astrologer in Arkansas, up in the hills where I live. He said, don't worry, you will find what you need. So within 2 weeks, I met this young man at a meeting I went to, and he said, I don't know why I'm here. I'm here for some reason, but I don't know what it is. And when I told him what I was working on, he was a professional astrologer, and he'd always been fascinated by Nostradamus. And I don't have time to go in his story because none of these things are a coincidence. They are so outrageous the way it all fits together. When Brenda could no longer work with me, I told John, well, it looks like we're finished with the project because we can't work with it anymore. And he says, try it with me. It was like the information was just pouring out. It took a computer to put all of it together. So I don't see how anyone can say it could possibly be a hoax. But they have tried to accuse me of everything. To make this story even stranger, he said, when we are communicating, you are not speaking to the dead. I am not a spirit floating around out here somewhere. It's not a seance. He said, when we are communicating, I am living in France, in my house in the 1500s, writing the prophecies. And he was so emphatic about that, he didn't want to know his own future. He didn't want to know how he was going to die. Now, see, that's a different twist. It's like having his telephone number, and I can communicate with him anytime I want. But if that's true, what does that bring up in metaphysics? The idea of simultaneous time. There is no time. Everything is occurring at once. Otherwise, how can he be alive while we are alive, communicating across time? We were interacting in his life. We were there when several different things were happening. We had to stop the communication one time because they brought a young boy in who had been run over by a carriage in front of the house. His wife would come knocking at the door, and she said, I got to go eat a dinner. She's got lamb stew waiting. And I said, well, can't we just wait here until you get back? You know, we had plenty of time left. He said, no, because while I'm gone, the maid will come in and clean the room. And she will see you as ghosts. And she doesn't need that in her life. So it got stranger and stranger, and it had so many twists and turns in it that I stayed with it because it was so interesting. He said, if I show you the most horrible things man can do to himself, will you do something to change it? Because, he said, time is not one line that is set in stone. It is many lines and branches. You can go off in many different directions, from the worst to the least effects of any scenario. So he said, if you know what's going to happen, you can go down the road of least resistance. Maybe you can't stop it altogether, but at least you can make it lesser. He said, you don't realize the power of your own mind. The power of your mind is so intense because you create the reality in your life. A lot of people don't like to know that because their lives are kind of in a mess. They don't want to think they've done it to themselves. But he said, if the power of one person's mind is that powerful, imagine the power of group mind. You get groups focusing together on one thing, you can create miracles because the power of the mind is not only multiplied, it is squared. You can perform miracles because the energy is not scattered, it is focused.
Bashar says when we die, we can reincarnate into whatever we want. But he says reincarnation is an illusion because all of our lifetimes are happening at the same time. Everything exists now. So in the sense of you live this life, then you reincarnate into this life, and then you live that and reincarnate, that's not how it works. That's a human perspective of linear time, which is an illusion. But this person understands that because they said, if all of our past lives are happening at the same time, can we step into another one? And Bashar says, yes, you can live a very similar life with the same people or the same souls. He says you choose. But the thing you have to think about is, what does your soul want? Sometimes our soul doesn't want to just have a fun life, and it wants to have a challenging life. That way it can learn and grow. And also, sometimes the more challenging lives are maybe more exciting. And that's why we are all here. This planet is a challenging one, but our soul knew that and wanted to do that because of what we are going to get out of it. But Dolores Cannon says that we have a lot more fun on the spirit side. And Bashar says that sometimes we take a break from these physical lives and we just have experiences in spirit, which are probably a lot lighter. There's no limitation, duality.
Waters above. Oh, look at this. Do you think this is proof of the firmament good people of Earth? Oh, this is a rocket, how a rocket was launched until it hits the firmament. You see? Watch closely and tell us what you think. Leave your comments. Oh, by the way, about the background noises, some good vibes guys from nearby. Decided to fellowship with others today, just across, you see, across our home here, for spreading love and unity. Anyway, away from that, now this my friend, what we are seeing here, yo, is a rocket going towards the sky. Do you think these things ever really reach space, good people of Earth? Please do leave your comments, yeah?
Quantum Yin Yang shows two photons being entangled in real time, so it's true.
That's
a stunning
crazy.
experiment which reconstructs the properties of entangled protons from a 2D interface pattern. When you quantumly entangle two photons, they look like yin and yang. Do you know how insane this is? These particles are entangled in some way where they don't have to be in the same place and time, but they react to each other. It's a weird connection between two far apart particles that Albert Einstein objected to as spooky action at a distance. Enables two light particles or photons to become inextricably bound to each other so that a change to one causes a change in the other no matter how far apart they are, as any measurement of one also causes an instantaneous change in the other.
Most people go through their spiritual activation between the ages of 18 and 26. Now, the White House just passed a bill about drafting people from 18 to 26. Connected dots. Every war or conflict we have on this planet right here is a reflection for what's going on in the heavens. This whole thing of drafting people between the ages of 18 to 26, this is put in place to stop everyone's spiritual growth. So anytime you hear about a conflict with another country, those countries represent different stars in the constellations. I guess people thought the movie Star Wars was just entertainment. Star Wars, the movie, is based on true facts. And a lot of us that's on this planet right now, we are star seeds. We have a royal bloodline. We just don't remember. The reason why we don't remember where we came from and where we have to go is because we are no longer living inside of the trees. Yes, in ancient times, we was living inside of the trees. Once they removed us from our natural environment, it was like taking fish out of the ocean. If you ever want to know your true history, what star constellation you came from, or what is your spiritual purpose, the roots from the trees will tell you your story. That's why people always say you have to activate your root chakra to understand who you are. The greatest roots on this planet is the tree roots. When you hear about these giant-sized tree stumps, these was not trees for giants. We all live inside of these trees. When a draconian reptilian race came here to try to conquer this planet, they could never find us because we was living inside of the trees. The trees actually activated all of us spiritually. And if you ever pay attention, you will notice that most spiritual teachers always do meditations outside of the tree. The trees are the witness to every major event that ever took place on this planet. If you learn how to tap back into your spiritual self, you can go to a tree and the tree will show you everything that happened in this universe. But once these draconian lizard people came here, they cut down all these trees. Once they cut down these trees, they disconnected our roots to the spiritual world. So just remember, the reason why they started drafting again between the ages of 18 and 26 is because they understand that people will have their spiritual awakening between the ages of 18 and 26. So if they can have more spiritual people fighting some kind of BS conflict, it's over with. We will never be able to take over this planet because all the spiritual people will be going to war.
Certain points in the evolution of the Taurinicium, there were other extraterrestrial forces that weren't originally wanting to participate in the Taurinicium experience, in the experiment of creating the Taurinicium, that decided they wanted to take it in their own direction. So they came and they interbred with some of them. They distorted the gene code of the original Taurinicium. And because of that distortion, there was a certain clarity of consciousness that was lost by the Taurinicium. Some of their race began to digress. They began to lose touch with, they had a consciousness that felt total at one-ment with God. And it was a state of love and joy and beauty that's very hard to describe. When they got involved with some of the other extraterrestrial groups that did not have that high of a gene code, it reduced their own. And it also reduced their ability to identify that strongly with the God presence, with the harmonious operations of the universe. So some of them evolved into a species called the Atlanteans. Not the Atlanteans, but Atlanteans. There's only one T in that name. That was where our original race memories of Atlantis actually came from. It came from Harmonic 2 in Atlantean. They began to have problems with what we would term here ego. They began to see themselves as very powerful, and they began to see power as something not to be used just in love and in service to the universe, but as something that they could collect and use against other beings. There was a large group of them in power in the Atlantean civilization. There was a group of them called the Templar Solar Initiates, who were appointed as the guardian keepers of certain of the energy dynamics of planet Terra. It was a very, very sacred position, and it was given to them by something called the Sirian Council from the planetary star systems of Sirius. They had given them, because the ones from Sirius were part of the parentage of the Turanicium race, and they had entrusted their children with this very, very sacred job. Well, the Templar Solar Initiates goofed up big time, to put it mildly. Our Atlantean memories, which we all have at some level, deep down in our gene code, are the memories of what the Turanicium did to Terra in their abuse of power. And what they did was they used certain crystalline technologies, which are chelantic technologies, as was discussed in some of the other classes that I gave. They used them in a way that caused implosions and then explosions within the energetic grid of planet Terra. Part of planet Terra, not the whole thing, but part of it broke off. Its energetic form dismantled instead of being together. When a planet or a being begins to dismantle itself energetically, that is the opposite of evolution. It is de-evolution. It is moving backwards and digressing into something less than what it was, rather than evolving into something that it was supposed to become. So the Turanicium race from the second harmonic universe began to digress and abuse power, and how, because of that abuse of power, that the planet Terra underwent a tragedy where a part of its substance was literally blown apart. Now, where did that substance go? It left the second harmonic universe. It dismantled itself in energy terms, and it fell in vibration. It fell in speed. Its particles began to pulse slower. It ended up in the first harmonic universe. The fragments of Terra became our solar system. And there are 12 planets. One of them imploded a long time ago. It was called Maldak. And we have an asteroid belt now, I believe, where that once was. There's another planet that hasn't been discovered yet. It's called Nibiru. And that's considered basically the 12th planet. And the sun is also considered a planet. So when the fragment came off of Terra from the second harmonic universe, it came into the first harmonic universe, and it created our Big Bang. The numbers are a bit off as far as where our scientists think the Big Bang occurred. It did occur, but not exactly for the reasons they think. And the planet existed before that Big Bang occurred. But what we are calling our solar system and the planets here were actually part of the planet Terra from the second harmonic universe. So our universe came into being this way, our solar system came into being this way, not our galaxy, just our solar system. The souls of the people who were on that portion of Terra when it exploded and disintegrated, they were killed. But when their bodies are killed, where does their consciousness go? Because they were part of an explosion, the energy structures, what we call particide grids, of their bodies and of their consciousness were also ripped apart. They dropped in vibration. They also ended up down here in the first harmonic universe. And if it were not for what was attempted and succeeded after that occurrence, those souls would have become part of what's called the unified field of energy within dimensions 1, 2, and 3. They would have become the firmament and the substance that other species would evolve with and through, rather than retaining a sentient identity of their own. They would lose all complete orientation of consciousness as a Turanicium. And they would start their evolutionary process from a lower level than they originally started it in the first place. Because the evolutionary strain of the Turanicium did not start down here. It started in the second harmonic universe. They were thrown all the way back down to the first, and they would have had to start basically as subatomic particles that make up basic matter substance here.
So check this out, y'all. Could this be the reason why Apple gives us a new phone every year and also demands us to update our phone? If not, it doesn't work properly. So this lady's in Georgia outside of a Target, and she takes her phone out and starts recording and notices there are multiple suns in the sky. But it seems like there is mass deception going on here, because if her phone zooms all the way in, it doesn't catch it. It's only at a certain angle she's able to catch these 3 or 4 suns. Y'all check this out. It's crazy.
Oh my, what is going on? Look at this. Where'd it go? What? Look at this. I'm just zooming in and out. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, what is that?
Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Why is that happening?
Look at that. What in the world? Okay. Alright, so
It's crazy. There's no way $1,000 phone should be doing this, you guys. There's absolutely no way a phone you pay $1,000 for, sometimes even over, should be doing that, y'all. There's no way. There's even cameras that cost cheaper than these phones that are producing way better pictures and videos than that, and people can actually see these 3 or 4 suns in the sky. So yeah, you guys, does that theory hold some validity to it? Because what's the reason why they would be updating these phones every so often? When we had the Nokia, we never had to update, right? And everything was working just fine. Those Motorola phones, those Nextel phones, everything was working fine. We never have to update. How come now we are in this new era, we always have to update our phones? Yeah, mass deception going on, y'all. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Please like, comment, and share for more videos like this, y'all. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. We're in this shift.
Good people of Earth, thanks for watching up to this far. But what could be the possible explanation for what looks like more than one sun in the sky? Yeah? Crazy stuff. Very crazy stuff happening in these times we are living in. The best time for humanity to unite and spread love. And I believe with your help, wonderful soul, we can do that. Always watch till the end, watch other episodes, hit the like button and share them with your family and friends. I have been Y311H. Till next time, bye bye. Peace be with you. God bless you all. You are up.